Jack was horrified to discover that the doctor in front of him had no feet. In his extreme terror, he immediately splashed water at the doctor. However, the doctor merely showed an embarrassed expression, explaining that he was simply wearing the latest trendy long coat. Just as Jack was about to apologize, he witnessed something even more terrifying. The doctor's reflection was nowhere to be seen in the nearby mirror. Combined with the doctor's deathly pale complexion, Jack threw another glass of water at him. The doctor became even more exasperated, explaining that the mirror was merely a decorative piece, and the real mirror was right beside Jack. Then, unexpectedly, the doctor grabbed Jack's hand to comfort him, telling him not to be nervous. But Jack panicked upon discovering that the doctor had no body temperature. Seeing Jack grow increasingly frightened, the doctor hurriedly explained that he'd always had cold hands and feet since childhood, to prove he was alive. He even forced Jack to feel his pulse. By this point, Jack was terrified beyond reason. No matter how the doctor explained, he simply refused to believe him. The helpless doctor had no choice but to call for a nurse to draw his blood as proof. The two even got into a heated argument over this. Hearing the commotion, a nurse pushed open the door and asked why the people in the room were arguing. Jack awkwardly explained that they were just chatting, but this time, it was the nurse's turn to be terrified. She said there was clearly only one person in the room. Upon hearing this, Jack burst out laughing, thinking he had finally exposed the doctor's disguise. However, the doctor became even more confused, asking the nurse if she really couldn't see Jack. The nurse's voice trembled as she asked, "Jack, you mean the patient who died 10 years ago?" The doctor turned his head in disbelief to look, but before him was only an empty chair.